Never. Alright, this is Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, the third Metal Gear game that was created because we also have Snake's Revenge that exists.
This is the game that Kojima made after seeing Snake's Revenge and making his own sequel instead.
So we pick up that ration to prepare for the first boss. And this first bit is mostly just, well, the run itself, the entire run is mostly movement actually. And I need to distract that guard so that I can then just sneak up on him and punch him square in the face. Punching guards stuns them. If you punch them once, you stun them. Punch them 3 times, you kill them. But we only want to stun them for now. And now we just pick up this oversized gun. That's also preparation for the first boss.
The first boss involves eating chocolate and shooting the boss.
Yes. Okay, so we managed to sneak into the complex. So our mission is to meet up with and rescue some scientists and find out about things. I don't know, I don't remember the entire plot right now. It's been a long day. So I need to punch the air in order to not get caught. Because otherwise that guy that I walked past would have seen me. Okay, now on to the second floor. So we're just going to open that elevator door. Run in here, pick up that card, and then that's us done with this floor forever.
Complex floor. A lot of stuff you need to remember about this floor.
9 screens and we only visit 2.
Metal Gear 2 is a very complex and intricate game like that.
Oh yeah, you can ignore that warning. We're supposed to have a gas mask at this point, but getting the gas mask is slow. Alright, now this first boss does have RNG, but luckily I have manipulated it by not getting caught. Oh, ah no, I missed. Oh, forgot he goes up that way.
The way the RNG works in this game is that it only advances when something that involves the RNG happens, and the RNG is mostly advanced by way of enemy alerts, so if you don't get caught, you can pretty much perfectly predict everything that happens.
It also advances if you die, and I'm pretty sure there's other factors put into it.
Then don't die.
I don't plan to die.
Good, good. Very responsive elevator controls. You have to punch them hard to make them work.
So I shoot this gun to distract that guy.
What was that noise?
And then I punch this guy. Then I just go down there and very carefully go into the next unit. Oh no, I just got caught. Damn.
Very, very clumsy.
Oh well.
Definitely not something that you actually meant to do all along or anything now, is it?
Well, let's see what the guy in the green beret has to say. Oh, no. Look. So what happened was, because I got caught, it somehow caused the guy in the green beret to spawn right next to the door. And speaking of which, yeah, he's very, very oblivious.
So this is pretty much the worst bit of the game. What you have to do is just tail this guy all the way through the forest without him seeing you.
Essentially, it's an auto-scroller.
Yeah. Luckily, the guard is incredibly thick, so he'll look behind you and still not see you. Or he'll look behind himself and still not see you.
He'll look directly at you, but because you're not quite within his cone of vision, he won't see you. It's still better AI than Metal Gear 1.
Once you find out the secret reason behind the guard's obliviousness, you will feel ashamed for your words and deeds.
So yeah, this is going to go on for another minute, so if there's any donation readings, then yeah, go for it.
None so far. But chat, you heard it. If you want any donations read, now would be the time. Bring them in.
Freeze! So I also reckon that this is the bit that inspired the camouflage section in Snake Eater. Just because Snake seems to blend in with the trees really well. Maybe that's why the guard doesn't see him. Right, now we're back at this screen.
It's the most obnoxiously long and extended bit of the game, and it also has the most obnoxiously short music loop.
But at least he's sprinting now, so...
Good game design.
Thankfully, the guard always takes a set route. Otherwise, it would be a lot harder to route to this bit.
Incidentally, if you do get caught, the entire jungle closes itself off and you have to start again. Luckily, that's us on the last screen now.
Right, that's us done. Right, we just need to go into this cabin and make a phone call.
This is the entire reason we went to the jungle, by the way. Just to make this one phone call. It's the one place in Zanzibar land where you can get decent reception.
In reality, in order to get the phone call, incidentally, you had to look at the instruction manual. Unfortunately, some versions of this game did not, instruction manual did not come with said phone number. So you had to look it up online.
Yeah. The page on Konami's website where you get the phone number and stuff doesn't exist anymore.
Oh. Okay. Oh, there they are. I went up a bit too far, I think. Now, onto the next worst bit of the run, the swamp. Now, I have to take this very specific path, otherwise I will sink. Oh, just like that. And like that. Oh, hello, Nestlin Earthbound. Unfortunately, you just ignore the children in this game, unlike what we should be doing in this marathon, which is, of course, save the children. Hint, hint.
There's your obligatory charity plug for the day.
This is Running Man, Hideo Kojima's favorite boss. He just kind of runs around in a circle, and then you'll see what happens after.
He goes fast. He's a man we should all aspire to.
He's the perfect speedrunner.
He also believes quite heavily in the power of damage boosting. As you shall see in a minute.
Right, now what I'm doing is a marathon safe strat. It is possible to complete this boss battle without going out for air, but it's frame perfect, and dying in this boss battle takes you all the way back to the minefield, and we don't want that.
So Running Man is just repeatedly running over the mines off camera.
Yeah, basically he's always going to run in the opposite screen of where Snake is. Well, except he doesn't do that now because he's dead. Oh.
He's running in heaven now.
So. And surprisingly, he didn't get caught. Sometimes that guy just sees me and there's nothing I can do about it. At least not in any percent.
We just did get indeed a donation in. Can I read it?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, an anonymous donation, $10, says, I wanted to make the perfect greetings from Germany joke, but then I thought, fluff it, just take my money. I love you guys. Meow.
Yeah, it was mostly just backtracking I was doing anyway. Okay, so we're back into the first building. There are 3 main buildings in the game. And we need to go into this room in order to pick up a weapon that we'll need for the next boss. I punched the wall a bit too early. It's not actually important when I punch the wall, it's just there was a trick I wanted to show off, but can't do it now. Alright, so we're now going back through the minefields, and I'm just gonna run over the mines. And it's not the mines that the guards heard there, it's actually the sand that I'm walking on.
The sand is squeaky sand. Because reasons.
Because Big Boss likes spending a lot of money.
There's like an entire chunk of flavor text in the game somewhere about how Big Boss spent an incredible amount of money importing squeaky sand.
Okay, so this is the Hindy, and we're going to use the rocket launcher we picked up earlier. And the entire battle takes place on the radar, so you might want to look at that. And that's a Hindy dead.
It was a thrilling and climactic battle, too expensive to show on screen. To be fair, it is the MSX.
No, it's not. It's a PlayStation 2.
Shut up.
Oh, I should probably point out, by the way, that I'm running this on a PAL PlayStation 2. That's actually... Oh, I've got a phone call to make. Okay. Oh, no! I messed it.
Oh, dear.
That's okay. I can recover from it. Just means I've wasted a lot of time and also messed the RNG. Goodness sake. Come on. Okay, now we can get into the building.
And that's the cardboard box for the entire game. That's also the colonel for the entire game. He just changed his number and now we can never talk to him again.
Yeah. So I just answered that phone call in order to let this woman get kidnapped. Yeah. So this is probably the worst corridor ever designed. I don't know why. It's really, really impractical. I think Big Boss just likes trolling whoever works here.
Yeah, you've got a big spirally corridor and in it you've got 3 lifts, all of which go to different floors.
Like this one that takes you straight to the sewers. Now we're going to go into this room to pick up some plastic explosives that we are going to use in this room. And we've just rescued Holly. Now I need to unequip the C4 so that I can actually punch things, and I'm going to need to punch something in a second. Yeah, diving underwater is fast. No logic behind it. Well, there is logic. There's a current. The game just isn't very good at communicating that. Okay, now I'm going a different path from the intended route to grab grenades because it's actually faster to go all the way back to this building than it is to just stay in the building you're at, we're at. Oh, come on. Okay, now we're going to go for another swim, so get ready for more fast. And away! And away! Hold it. And away!
Incidentally, if you miss that staircase, you have to, like, loop all the way around again. Luckily, you can do that because that's how sewers work.
Well, according to Big Boss. Alright, now get ready for the longest elevator ride in the entire game as we go through 30 floors. We're 1/3 of the way there. If you got any donations, now's a good time.
This is actually a storage crate and you're being Fultoned all the way up the building.
Okay, I guess there's no donations to read because I've now got a boss to talk about.
No, unfortunately not.
Alright, so this is, I forget his name, but I just call him, oh, Red Blaster, his name is. But I call him Out of Bounds Man because, well, he's out of bounds. And you just throw grenades at him. This is one of the bosses that I do fully in the fully intentional method. Incidentally, that trapdoor can't kill you if Red Blaster is exploding. Now I need to equip this ration, not to eat it, but to feed this pigeon. Now this pigeon operates on RNG, and it's trolling me right now, unfortunately.
Come on, pigeon. We got
Here,
food.
here, birdie. Okay, this is...
Come on!
Yeah, this is one of the bad... Hey! Alright, now we have to... Now, the pigeon contained a note that has a phone number. So we need to call this guy. No, I don't understand the word he's saying. Let's call Dr. Madner instead. Okay, so Dr. Madner just told me that there's a translator back in the first building, so we now have to go all the way back there.
Padding? What padding? I see no padding.
And now we have to go all the way downstairs in this very same lift. if you duck and walk towards a wall, or a door, sorry, you can make Snake do the duck walk. But it doesn't walk on walls for some reason. Right, so we're going back through the sewers. Luckily, this is the last time we do it, which is good because if we had to do it anymore, then we'd catch a cold, and that would make things very, very loud, and also freeze the game every so often. Just for a few seconds, but it's those few precious seconds that add up. I hope you like these screens because you're going to be seeing a lot more of them.
What, the screens on the left?
Yeah, the lefts. And for some reason, the left-hand one doesn't take us to the floor we want to get to, so we have to take this one instead.
I will love to read some donations, but we still haven't got any. If you consider donating and think, oh, I don't have that much money, I can't donate much, it's not benefiting enough, then don't feel bad. Even just for $1, you can save a child from death in countries which don't have good medical health care or medical care at all. For $5, you can provide education supplies for one child and giving them the tools they need to continue the donation. And for $10, you can provide malaria pills for 20 kids. So every amount counts, every dollar counts. Don't feel bad if you can't donate a huge bunch, because every single dollar saves children.
All right, welcome to the dummy room. This room operates on RNG, and unfortunately, it screwed me over.
Yeah.
But we
One
still got
guy
this
in
room.
this room's a real guard. 3 guys in this room are real guards.
Luckily, the RNG only screwed me over once. If it screwed me over in the other room, then it could have been really, really bad. Right, so this is the translator. For some reason, she was disguised as a guard, but then I walked right past her and then suddenly she teleported into the room. Oh, and for some reason there's a left in the women's room, and only the women's room.
Do not ask why Big Boss makes these design choices.
So because Gustavo is now following me, I cannot crouch. So
Makes perfect sense.
So that makes stealthing very, very, very difficult. So we want to get rid of her as soon as possible.
Luckily, stealth doesn't work on these guys anyway. I still haven't figured out what they're meant to be. I think they're just gigantic sewer mops.
Yeah, they're just stompy things.
Yeah.
Okay, so up here is Dr. Magnar, the guy that we called from the hut earlier. Oh god, no, he's following me. I had to get rid of him as well. Nope, I can't just shake them off like this. I guess I'm stuck with him for a while.
Find a bridge to chuck them off.
Good idea.
Now, having people tag along in this game is absolute rubbish. Like, all they do is complain and do cutscenes, and
Yeah.
like now he's clearing off because he needs to go to the bathroom. Like,
Yes, definitely going to the bathroom and not doing evil deeds. And that was the most dialogue-heavy cutscene.
Yeah. There were definitely important plot-related things happening, and they were very, like, sad and meaningful and full of thematically important elements, but they're all slow, so we can't focus on them.
Alright, now for the longest cutscene in the game. Now, unfortunately, unlike most other cutscenes, you can't skip the text the way I've been skipping it, which is just by holding X. And it's a slow cutscene as well.
Dr. Madnar does not take speedrunning seriously. It's almost like he's actively working against the protagonist or something. Did I say that out loud? Oh no.
Oh no! We killed Gustava. And now the text just goes quick. Snake. Alright, I expect chat to go absolutely insane. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear? So yeah, that was Metal Gear 2.
Right. Actually, it's called Metal Gear D. Now, we just picked up those mines. We're going to need them in a few minutes. But first, we need to go back to the first building because we can't cross a bridge. And as it turns out, we needed to cross that bridge. So we're going to have to find another way to cross the bridge.
We have a $1 donation by Anonymous saying, a fingers to hand, Colonel, what's a Scottish runner doing here?
Oh, come on. Right, I'm just going to go for safe strats and pick up these mines. Because I'm not going to get my health back for a while. I forgot to point out earlier, defeating bosses gets your health back and also increases the maximum amount of health you can have. And the maximum amount of ammo and grenades you can carry, I believe. I could be quite wrong.
Just punching that green beret in the face because he caused us so much trouble earlier on.
He would have also caused trouble if I didn't punch him. Why is that not making noise? There we go.
You were punching the quiet railing.
I didn't even know quiet railings existed.
Well, they do. Well, I don't know if they do, but that one wasn't working.
Yeah, it's always that guy that's the real one. These are all dummies.
Budget issues are tough. Big Boss can't get the work like he used to be able to.
Yeah, you can blame Solid Snake for that and what he did in Outer Heaven.
Yeah. The glory days of Mother Base are long gone.
All right. Now, if this next set of room looks very familiar, it's because we've already done it, and it's the same strats as before, which I didn't get to talk about earlier. So, I have to wait for this laser thing to pass through, and then I need to just make a mad dash for it. And I have to get my movement absolutely perfect here. Otherwise, that camera spots me, and that guard just doesn't care. Yep, that's right. Lots of backtracking. Oh. Ah, come on. Now, you're supposed to have night vision goggles in this room, but I already know where I'm going, so you don't really need it. And the RNG still applies here. Okay, this time it did not screw me over in this room. Nor this room. Yay!
It's probably a good thing none of those guys are real. Like, the canteen would never fit them all.
Oh, come on. I can't menu. Right, now I need to wait until that turns into a key. Okay. Oh, come on.
We've also frozen our rations, but they'll thaw out by the time we need them again.
I've never been caught by that garb before. Oh yeah, and these buttons have huge hitboxes, so you can just almost punch them almost anywhere.
You can just punch the wall next to them and it's fine.
Remember that time when I had 2 people following me?
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah. And then one of them got blown up.
It's
And
a
then
lot.
the-
It's a lot faster when you don't need to wait for like your traveling companions to go to the loo and talk about their entire backstory or die trying to cross a bridge.
Right, need to pick up these mines again.
Also, people keep trying to phone, but we don't care.
Yeah, we don't need to take any more phone calls. Nor do we need to make any more phone calls, actually.
Yeah. If the colonel wanted to talk to us, he shouldn't have changed his number. Simple as. His loss.
Alright, now we need to go up to the 20th floor from this lift. So while I'm waiting to go up there, I'm just going to place these mines here.
Yeah. You never know when you might need to rig up a lift with explosives, so it's always good to plan ahead.
Yep. Uh-oh. Looks like we've been ambushed. If only I thought about that.
Yeah. If only you had planned ahead by rigging the entire lift with explosives or something. Well, it's a good thing we did that.
Right, so this is the 4 horsemen, or Ultra Box. Oh yeah, I need to equip grenades for one of these guys. And, oh, great.
I can't believe that setting off all those explosives in the lift caused it to somehow malfunction.
God damn it.
Who built these things? That's a shoddy workmanship.
Well, now I just have to go the long way. Thankfully, there's another lift over there. I'll just have to take that one instead. Yep.
Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way up.
Nope. It only goes up to the 10th floor.
Luckily, nobody ever thought that Snake would use this lift, so
Oh.
nobody set up an ambush there.
Right, I just set off that alarm because it's fast. Right, and now we've got this scene. 40 glorious screens of nothing but stairs. So this is going to last for a couple of minutes, so any donations to read?
You heard that? We need donations to read. And I just got one in. It's
Hooray!
by ICMD Hippo, donated $10, saying, phone call for Solid Snake. It's the General. He says, Wanger out.
Okay.
Well then.
So we've got these tripwires. They just block. They just block you and also make noise.
Why
Just-
you'd put them on the stairs is anyone's guess.
Well, so that Snake trips over them.
he doesn't. He just kind of bounces off of them.
Well, that's because Solid Snake is a martial arts expert. Or something.
Luckily, this is the only time this ever happens, and Solid Snake will never, in any game, have to run up a gigantic flight of stairs ever again. Which is just as well, because like it would be really obnoxious if something like this came up in the sequels as well.
Oh, by the way, trapdoors.
Yeah, the trapdoors are an instant kill, by the way. If you fall down the trapdoors, you have to start all over again.
Alright, we're finally done with the sodding stairs. We're now finally at the 20th floor. Yeah, so tripwires make noise. And we also need to distract that guard so that he doesn't spot me. And now I need to go for a smoke. And while I'm smoking, I might as well just pick up that ration. And then I'm going to fly off. You need to smoke, otherwise Snake will just outright refuse to use the paraglider to cross the bridge.
Welcome
wind-
to the speedrun for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You also need to wait until the wind is blowing north, but it always blows north at the time when I jump off with my route. So, yeah. And, yeah, basically Snake gets nervous if he doesn't smoke.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, smoking's bad. If you want to save the children, start by not smoking. And also the name. Alright, now to the worst boss in the game. He is the worst boss because he is heavily operated by RNG. The RNG determines where he appears, when he appears, and whether or not he'll throw any grenades at you. And it immediately decided that he's going to spawn at the top screen. And he just couldn't be bothered. Oh, now he's gone to the bottom screen.
There it is.
Oh, sorry, he doesn't throw grenades. My mistake, he just shoots bullets at you.
Bullets are like little tiny grenades if you think about it.
There he is. So he was originally called Predator in the original release. A lot of the bosses had different names, but for copyright reasons they had to be changed. Another fun fact, all the characters had different portraits in the original release. Snake in particular looked like Mel Gibson. They had to change it to match the original, the current design for Solid Snake. RNG could have been worse, but yeah, we don't care about that alert, and in fact it disables the security cameras, so whatever.
Yeah, first thing you do when you hear that there's an intruder around is immediately turn off all the security.
There is invisible lasers here, but we can just... But we're done here anyway. There's gas, but we'll get out, no problem.
So we've just picked up a Twitter egg that will be yelling obscenities at us for the rest of the game.
And we might as well keep it equipped and so that we can keep an eye on it. Ah, come on. That first grenade I picked up is useless. It does nothing in the speedrun. I just pick it up because it's fast. And this is going to be an alert that I can't really avoid. I really need to pick up that ration. So you might have noticed that the rations are colored differently. This is actually for an in-game reason and not just for decoration and flavor text. The green ones I used earlier was for the bird, and only the green ones worked. The orange ones I will need for something else. Also, I threw a grenade to distract that guard.
Yes. Some rations contain, what was it, birdseed? What
Yes.
was it that attracts the bird?
I think it was birdseed. Anyway.
The other ones contain chocolate and cheese, and you'll see what they're for later.
By the way, this guard is oblivious. He's basically deaf to everything except whatever's in that egg. And what's in the egg? We'll find out in a minute.
There's nothing in the egg. It's empty. Oh, no, there's an owl.
Yeah, an owl just flew in and ate what was in the egg. And we need that owl to hoot so that that guard then thinks that his shift's changing so that he can then turn off the laser.
A Hideo Kojima game.
Yes.
That's odd.
It's a Metal Gear game, of course it's odd.
Big Boss hates his co-workers.
Come on. Snake, please. Alright, so next up is the Invisible Man. You're supposed to fight him by listening to the sounds of the footsteps and determining what room he's in by the specific sound. But, as you can see, I can just cheese it.
Yeah.
Basically, he spawns in the same area, so we're just gonna go throw a bunch of grenades at him.
Technique and finesse are slow, so we're just going to chuck grenades.
And that's him. Now we're going to open that left. And equip the chocolate. It gets rid of the acid.
Yeah, that's acid, and if you step in it...
Oh, I forgot something. Damn, I'm going to have to go all the way back to get that thing. Good thing I left that left door open. So basically, what actually happened was, as soon as I got rid of the acid pits, key item spawned back where I fought Jungle Evil, so I now have to go all the way back there to pick it up.
Yeah. If you call looking for tips around about now, like, the guys start saying, oh, didn't you know that Jungle Evil was carrying 2 keys? Looks like you're going to have to go all the way back to the wheat field to pick it up. But we've tried already. It doesn't spawn until you've neutralized all the acid. Almost like they were trying to pad the game or something.
Oh, snake, please. So somehow it ends up all the way over there, even though Jungle Evo never went to that screen.
Well, we don't know what he was doing in his spare time.
Do we really want to know?
No. No, we do not.
Come on. Ah, no. On the frame that I hit him, that's when he spots me.
It's a pain, but it's not a run ender, so.
Yeah. Thankfully, when you transition between different sections, between different loading spots, guards just decide to leave you alone. And that's the last alert of the run. Come on, get in the lift. I don't want to choke to death.
We'll just leave him in there.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And that's Grey Fox trying to tell me about the key card. Oh no, I didn't want the grenades. So we've just met Dr. Amar, but as you can see, it's too late. He's already dead. Reason being, because as Holly's about to say, Dr. Madna was a bad guy. Shock.
Shock horror.
So now he's going to strangle me. Now, the best way to get an old man off your back is to just blow him up. The intended method is even more ridiculous. You're meant to have a remote-controlled rocket launcher at this point, and you're meant to just basically get him in the back with that.
This is canon. As are the upcoming deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters.
They're the most dangerous enemy in the entire game because they can kill you in one hit. So we need to kill them all. Kill all the hamsters. Save the children.
This is canon, people. This is so canon.
Oh, I was meant to equip the grenades anyway. Right, now Dr. Madner is just going to go ahead and tell us how to beat the Metal Gear.
Now, in the first Metal Gear, the Metal Gear armor was pretty much entirely impenetrable, and you had to plant a very precise combination of C4 explosives on its legs to dispatch it. For this one, you can chuck grenades and it was fine. Yeah. Just chuck grenades anywhere and it will just go kablooey eventually.
Right, might as well equip rations here just in case. You don't need them if the boss fight goes perfectly.
Right, I'm just going to go ahead and say, by the way, that the screen's going to get very black and white flashy in a moment, so if that's going to be a problem, then you might want to look away until it's safe.
Here it goes. Right, disco party's over. Well, except for the explosions, that's got a pretty sick beat to it. Right.
Right.
Now, as you can see, my head is over. Okay. As you can see, my head is on fire, so I have to get rid of all my stuff.
Gobi makes a cameo in Metal Gear 2.
Right. Coming up is the best boss fight in the entire game. And that was Grey Fox.
That was Grey Fox.
Yep. Grey Fox, this was meant to be a fist fight in a minefield, and you could just basically run over a minefield. And because Snake has both more health and more invincibility frames than Grey Fox, you can just pretty much blow him up. Now for the final boss. Here's Big Boss. Now his movement is RNG, and this could also be a run ender if it doesn't go well. And I need to pick up this ration, not for health purposes, unfortunately, because who needs health? Now, I need to pick up all these key cards in order to get more key cards, in order to pick up a weapon that I could use to beat Big Boss. Now, the next two rooms are very dangerous. If I'm not careful, then I could die, like, in an instant.
Yeah. Stepping in the acid is instant death because, of course it is.
Yeah, but that's the most dangerous bit of the boss battle over, except for, of course, fighting Big Boss himself, which we do by MacGyvering together a flamethrower using a spray and a lighter. And the best way to kill Big Boss is off-screen. But he doesn't seem to be too keen on that. Come on. Ooh, that's feeling quick.
When Big Boss is off screen, he can't return fire.
And that's Big Boss dead forever. We will never see him again. He will never come up in any other Metal Gear game. Ever. And same with Grey Fox, actually. He's dead forever as well.
Yep. Never to bother us again. Look how ridiculously dead he is. He went on fire, writhed around a bit, fell over and exploded.
Yep. Definitely dead.
He is very, very unmistakably dead.
All right, so last thing to do is get out. That guard is Holly, by the way.
Yes, good job, Holly. Sneak up on the armed super soldier.
And for some reason, I can now go fast. I couldn't go fast before.
Oh yes, this speedrun is really heating up now.
Yeah, I kind of wish you could get that speed boost early in the run, just so that I could get an easy wall recce. And speaking of which, I'm actually quite annoyed because I managed to get wall recce during practice and never recorded it, so I actually have no evidence of it.
It's true. It's definitely true.
Yeah.
What is wall recce actually?
In, I believe, RTA, it's 52 something 20. Oh, now you can just hide in this corner, kill all the guards. Time's going to be coming up very shortly.
Time is when Snake runs out of ammo. Unfortunately, Snake has infinite ammo.
Time. Yeah, that's a pretty solid run considering. That was
a solid Snake run.
That was, yeah. That. Come on.
I'll go now.
Yeah, did not expect to beat wall recce after that very clumsy alert earlier. Yeah, we just saved Christmas.
Yep. We just saved Christmas.
Yeah, we saved Christmas. And we saved the children because I don't think they blow up this base like they didn't with Outer Heaven. So yeah, I would like to give a shout outs to Calantares for helping me, for pretty much pointing out all of the strats and for pretty much routing the game. And the Big Boss % world record holder, Jaguar King, who discovered the Grey Fox strat and the Big Boss strat. Incidentally, I did not get Big Boss ranking because I got alerted too many times, which I would have done anyway in any percent. And I also killed people, which is a bad thing.
Yeah. Get a Big Boss run at this game involves getting 0 alerts, 0 kills, and going fast.
Actually, 6 alerts because there's the 4 alerts that you can get due to RNG and 2 scripted alerts.
We're being told to keep going.
Okay. Yes, so thank you very, very much for watching us speedrun this. There's a bonus cutscene, and after all that, there's a cast list of people who we never meet in the speedrun. So if you want to know who they are, then I guess you're in luck. These credits are unfortunately unskippable.
Yeah, these are the most obnoxious credits in the history of...
Yeah.
Like, even the entire Metal Gear series, really.
Presented by Konami.
Presented by Konami, 1990.
Yeah.
Also Konami 2006. Because, oh yeah, we were going to explain earlier, this is the PS2 PAL port, which, strangely enough, is the fastest version.
Yes.
This has actually caused a little bit of drama in the Metal Gear 2 speedrun community, because I've noticed some people saying that the PAL version should be a separate category.
Oh, it is, for some reason. Yeah, basically, Konami tried to compensate for PAL consoles running a bit slower by speeding up the game, and overcompensated.
Let's have this one.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Any percent